Okay, good morning. We are going over today spiral review number 5 for block 1 math, and we are giving it out on Friday because we don't have school Monday. And I know that none of you want to be without a spiral on Monday. It is not due until next Friday, September 10th, but you can turn it in next Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday for a pre-check by Miss Canterbury or myself. And with the pre-check, then you can get it back, correct it, and turn it back in. So first, let's look at the directions carefully. The directions here in the first one say to round the following numbers. We've been talking about rounding, so I think we remember what that means. I want to do this last one as our example today instead of the first one. So the 6 is underlined, so we need to look at the digit to the right, and it is a 2. What is the rule we follow when we look to the right? Harper? Right, I like it. 4 or less, let it rest. 5 or more, add 1 more. That's right. So this is 4 or less. So we need to remember to put down all of the digits that come before the underlined number. Harper said we're going to let this one rest. And then we need to remember to put the zeros after the underlined number. Okay, rounding is just one of those topics that's kind of tricky. Okay, name the place value of the underlined digit. Underline that word place, or circle it, underline it like this. And then at the end of all of these blanks, let's go ahead and write the word place so that we know we need to put a word in front of that that tells us the name of the place value column. So what is the place value column for this 4? What place is it in? Addie? What? Millions. It's in the millions place. Okay, so we need to go back and fill that in for each of these. Okay, and then here we're going to name the value of the underlined digit. The value is a number. What is the value of that 4? What's the value of the 4? Owen? 4 million. And so we need to put the 4, the comma, and then fill in all of the other digits with zeros. Okay? These are adding and subtracting. Now, I see one here that looks like it's going to be a little bit challenging, and that is subtraction with regrouping when we have a 0. Okay, so I want to practice that regrouping with you. I'm going to give you that this week as a freebie because it's definitely, this is a hard one, okay? So we have our larger number on top, so 7 minus 5, larger number on top, no need to stop. We can go ahead and subtract 7 minus 5, which is 2. Now we have 8 minus 4, which is 4, and then now I have my larger number on the floor. What do I do? If my large number is on the floor, what do I do? Ella?
You go to the top one, but like you go over to the top.
Go next door.
And
Get 10 more. Okay? With the larger numbers on the floor, we go next door and get 10 more. So since that's a 0, that makes that a 10. 10 minus 2 is 8. Okay, this division model, it's a model, and this one is actually a little bit tricky because 28 divided by 5 is going to have a remainder. Do you remember remainders? Have you talked about remainders?
No.
In 3rd grade?
Yes, but we forget.
Look at you, Cordelia. Give me a fist bump. But I want you to follow along with all these, but excellent. That's really tricky. Your remainder's a little bit off, but you're super close, okay? So, when we talk about dividing, we know that we're putting this into 5 equal groups. Now, let's just count by 5s and see what we get to that's close to 28. Okay, count with me. 5, 10, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I get to 25. What times 5 is 25? Ryan? 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. How many do I have left over? Count them with me. 26, 27, 28. So this is your model. You still need to put an answer in this blank, but this is how we model when we have a remainder, okay? Okay, now the multiplication model, 3 times 8. We've been doing that one for a while, but who can tell me, what do we say that X stands for? 3 what? No, something else. 3 what? 3 groups of 8. It's either 3 groups of or 3 rows of. It's not 8 groups and it's not 8 rows. It's either 3 groups or 3 rows. It's not 8. Come on, stick with me. You can do it. Okay? Okay. Put this in. Are there any questions that I did not cover? Okay. Then put that in your VIP folder.